We're checking into Psyck.
Psyck.
Yo, check it out. It's a sick discussion.
You tuned in to Psyck Discussions. You are now listening to a Psyck Discussion.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Psyck Discussions. As always, it's your boy, Reggie So Dope.
What up, this is Devin.
What's good, y'all? This Mar.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing the deep voices for that. Everybody, all right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Reggie So Dope. No, we have another super dope episode for y'all today.
Dope.
And I really want to get right into it.
All right now.
I do. So there's this quote that we always see, that we always use. It says, you're a reflection of the top 5 people that you hang with. Mm-hmm. And that's just a real fancy way of saying, like, birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
like legit, that's the fancy version. It's the T.I. version of that. And so today we want to talk about that top 5. We want to talk about, those people that we have that are closest to us, and like how we even make all of that happen for those who don't really know how to create that support system.
Top 5.
Let's get it.
Cool. So let's get right into it. How do y'all feel about the phrase "no new friends"?
I'm not here for it anymore, I would say, as I've grown older. We'll get a little bit more deep into it as the conversation goes on, why I feel that way. But I'm just not here for the no new friends. Like,
yeah. I mean, it got real popular because, Drake, the Drake song.
Facts.
That No New Friends song. So I was like, hell yeah, no new friends. So my friends, when I was screaming that back then, I don't even talk to half of them. So I guess I found some new friends.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need new friends, new people to give you new energy. Keep you aligned. You grow, change. Some people in your life for a season. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Come on.
Say how you feel, Reggie? You asked let me toss it to Reggie.
No, I actually hate it. But like y'all, when the song came out, I'm no new friends. As I was with a group of new friends. I'm in college. All these new niggas, no new friends. Like, what the fuck? What determines new, nigga? A semester? Mm-hmm. So as I sit back on it in my adult years, because I've matured for the folks who are fancy. But no, yeah, absolutely fucking hate it, because there are just people like, born in Inglewood, raised in Riverdale. These motherfuckers wasn't helping me with no podcast. You know what I mean? They support me, don't get me wrong, but back then wasn't nobody teaching us this shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers didn't know how to save money and all that other stuff for real. So I needed new friends, you know what I mean, who can show me more of the world.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Straight up. So yeah, I hated that. I hate it now. Legit. So nice little segue into what comes next. So like, none of us are fans of that phrase. So how important is your current friend group, or tribe, as some like to call it? How important is that group to y'all?
Now that I'm more so an adult, I'm an actual adult now. So it's like, the people I have around are like very important to me, and like help keep me together. But like, I'm not dependent on them too much. Like, we depend on each other. Like, we make sure our goals are like in order. If somebody want to do something, it's like, okay, you set this goal 2 months ago. Where are you at with this goal? Type of thing. So I feel like now friend groups, or at least for me, are like very important in keeping me sane for the most part.
Okay,
I feel that.
Yeah, they keep me grounded too. You see, I got different friends for different things, and honestly, all my friends show me a little bit about who I am. Like, getting older, I realized I don't have to have a certain performance for everything. I got my friends I kick it with. I got my friends like I talk more interest. Like, I skate, my skate buddies. People that like put me on to new things, like restaurants. We like to eat the same thing. So it just like shows a little bit like a reflection of who I am. And like I said, I depend on them for certain things, and when I ain't got it the days I need it, I can go to them. So it's love for me right now. They damn like my second family, honestly, like extended family to me.
Yeah.
No,
they mean the world to me, honestly.
Agree with that.
You took the words right out of my mouth, bro. Like my tribe right now, it just means the world to me, like, like legit. Because I mean, like I come from a big family, and so like even though I love my family, there are just members of my family that I just don't see often. You know what I mean? We don't talk often and stuff like that. And so my tribe, or just like my close friend group, like, is that extended family for me. You know what I mean? These are the people who got the spare keys to my crib. You know what I mean? Like, these are the people where the moment something happens, I'm like, man, I don't want to panic my OG. These are the people that I'm calling. My immediate laughs going to these people. You know what I mean? When I'm going through something or I need to process something, it's going to one of those people. So like my tribe means the world to me, for real, for real, for real. Like I wouldn't be where I'm at without my tribe. Like shit. Look at the podcast. You know what I mean? Just a group of close friends, close homies, and now we are doing projects together. So it's like, yeah, I wouldn't be shit without my tribe, to be completely honest. Like, I'll say that. So, to go off of that, though, like, was it easy to establish your friend groups? Because, like, granted, we have a friend group, but we also have other friend groups. Right. And so, like, how easy was it, I guess, to establish your tribes?
I'd say, me personally, this is gonna sound kind of bad, but like I don't like people. So like if somebody's like not trying to be my friend, but if someone's like introduced to me newly, I'm probably the friend that's be like, why are they here? Like, what's going on? Like,
these are facts.
What's to them? Like, always you gotta prove yourself. That sounds like, I don't know. That sounds kind of funny. But like, but basically prove yourself that you're worthy to be in the friend circle. Damn, like, what are you bringing to the table? Like,
there shall be no peasants at my feet. Be gone with you, bum.
Not bum though.
I'm sorry. But I know what you mean though, because Devin literally, if it's somebody new, is like, who is this person? What's to them? But I think that's because you're very protective of your friends.
Yes, that's that way. Yes, I'm very protective of the kingdom. All right. So no peasantry allowed.
Don't touch me with thy bum hands. Okay, no, I get that. So it sounds like it's not that easy then for you to establish those groups.
Yeah. So it also makes it more special when I like establish my group, because it's like, if we made it this far, we're friends. Like, you weren't cut off. We ain't cut each other off. We're still talking after all this time. Like, this is we're friends. We're friends. No, you got to repeat things twice. It means more emphasis. Friends.
Yeah, friends.
That's how you know it's real.
Yeah.
For me, it's not hard for me, honestly, to make or establish my friends or determine who's my friends. I think.
Are we gonna lie to the people?
Talking to the mic. It's not. I'm a people person. I love people. Like, I do have my days where I just don't want to be around nobody at all. But I have my moments where I just need to be around people. So I'm actually the opposite of that, man. So like, if I'm hanging around people that I'm real cool with and they bring new people around, like I don't really question it. I'm like, okay, they solid with me, so I don't think they'll just bring anybody around. So I give them the benefit of the doubt, like off the jump, until they rub me the wrong way, and then I'll so from the jump, you got like it's all love. Like, okay, my boy brought you around, my girl brought you around. Like, okay, you must be solid if you got the green light to come around.
Okay, I got you. That's really interesting to me because I'm a mix of both of y'all. Like, I am very opening and inviting, but like I'm also watching you with a very critical eye. You know what I mean? No, like for real. So like somebody bring you in, I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm showing you love, but then also I'm like, all right, but let me gauge what's to folks, because what's going on here? And so establishing my friend group and establishing my tribe, it was actually hard as hell. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because I am interesting as a human being. Like, I can say that I'm very, very interesting. So there's like the people who connect to me artistically, and then the people who connect to me just from like a hood perspective, and then the people that connected with me from a professional lens, like a lot of us who met through like BMI and stuff like that. And so like I wear so many different hats, and so like to know, all right, who's here for actually me versus who's here for the character or the persona or for some clout. And so that was hard, which is crazy because most of my close friends now, we've actually gone through a period of time of like hate or fuck you, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, no, legit. Like, me and Devin can write a book on our history of beef, and now we're close. You know what I mean? Me and you, Marv, have had that extended period of time where we didn't talk. Like, when I first met Shaq, he legit hated me. And I, like, allowed it. Like, I was like, oh, shit, fucking hate me. And now, again, one of my best friends. So, like, same with Eric. Like, literally, me and Eric got cool because I challenged the shit out of him. He's like, who the fuck are you? Same thing with Quincy. Quincy is a hood nigga. I looked him in his face like, bro, you're not self-made. Ain't nobody self-made. Like, I literally pressed people's buttons. And ironically enough, those are now the people I'm the absolute closest to. Shit, I did the same to Tony now that I think about it. Then high school. Yeah, bro.
What'd you get?
My senior year in high school, I just remember because I had my little crew and we was a shit talking. It was a theater class too, and he would always laugh. We like, bro, like, you laughing hard. And he was like, because this shit was funny. And I was like, well, look at us. Let's be friends. So it's interesting on how I created my tribe because apparently there was some tribulations that came in with all of those.
That's crazy.
That's crazy though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird as shit.
I'm reflecting right now.
So like, thinking about these friendships, because now I'm really going, I'm thinking, what is like y'all longest friendship? Like how many years, how long, what's your oldest friendship?
My oldest friendship is 1999, I want to say. First grade, 2000.
Sheesh.
Shout out to Jarvis, my homie. It's a real one, day one. We've been friends since like first grade. And we still talk, so.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my homie.
How often y'all talk?
We talk. I don't know when we feel like talking. Damn near. When you're friends that long, we don't gotta talk.
That's a real friend.
I don't have to talk to him every day. I've known you since 1999. Like, we've had periods of like not talking for like maybe a month or a month and a half, and then because we gotta take time off to get more things to talk about. Like if we talking every day,
you know my life, nigga.
I know your whole life. Like I need a synopsis of a month over tequila.
We are now in the spark notes phase of the friendship. I don't need live action.
Yeah, well, that's my longest.
Okay, so he said since 99.
I don't know how long that is. What's that? 20? What year is this? What year? 21 years.
21 years.
Yeah.
That's a real friendship. Y'all grew up together.
Yeah.
This is good.
Since yay high.
Look at y'all now.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Suave?
I think now like 4th, 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so definitely got me beat. Yeah, so now like 4th, 5th grade. Same. We don't talk all the time. I can't remember. Honestly, I don't know the last time I talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we got those periods like we don't talk shit for months. I told you I'm a little maintenance friend anyway, so you gotta come to me. I'm gonna be happy as hell to hear from you, but you can go through shit. Like, oh damn, my bad. Let me see how you do it first. I'm happy to hear from you, bro. But yeah, I ain't talked to him in a minute, but we've been friends since like 4th or 5th grade though.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guy.
That's dope. Question: how old are you when you go into preschool?
I don't think it's like I don't know.
Is it 5?
You said preschool?
Mm-hmm.
Like 4, 5?
Well, I think it's 4. So my oldest friendships literally have been since preschool. Yeah. So however that is, I'm 28. So let's just say 23, 24 years, something along that lines. So me, my homie Marshawn, shout out to Ballard, Candace, Dominic, we were all in preschool together. And then Dominic ended up leaving at some point in like 3rd grade, whatever. So me, Candace, and Marshawn has literally been like actually close. Like we hit each other up. We still kick it to this day. Marshawn literally just hit me up on Thanksgiving, which we ain't talked in a minute, but he was like, bro, I don't give a fuck. We ain't talked all year. I'm collecting plates. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how close we were. Like when me and my people got evicted from Riverdale, like I went and moved in with Marshawn type situation. So like, yeah, since preschool. And we don't got too many of those now, right? Like, that's crazy. That is so crazy. But yeah, to this day, he was just telling me because he actually pulled up for my B-Day for one of the days I celebrate. Yeah. But definitely had like 3-4 different kickets. But he was just telling me how, somebody was just asking him like, yo, who can you like depend on if your life was on it? And he told him straight up, like, I got my one homie Reggie that I know if some shit go left, whatever, I can actually trust him more than anybody else. And it's like, it's crazy because we'll probably talk now maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Like comments here and there on social media, but about 2 or 3 times a year. Mm. That's my nigga. Because real bonds can't be broken. Period. Real bonds cannot be broken.
Love to see it.
Love to see it. And so we already kind of covered how often some of us talk, which is like not often. Because again, when you got years, we can spark note it. So do y'all then, because we talking about these long-term friendships and the importance of our tribe. And so how do you make friends as an adult? Like, do y'all have any tips? Because it's 2020. We all grown now. And making friends is essential. So, like, do y'all have any tips for making friends right now as adults?
I would say just be yourself and, like, you'll find like-minded people like you, whether that's you're a basketball player, you're going to hoop at the gym, if you're on Twitter, just randomly talking to people, like, you'll find people that you have things in common with. Like for me, I got friends just from being a fan of J. Cole. And we had like a whole group chat that we started in like, I don't know, a few years ago. Like we talked to each other frequently. We damn near take vacations together. And it's like we became like a close-knit group of friends just off one interest, which is J. Cole and Dreamville. So
that's dope.
It's different type of ways like you can go about making friends. But just being your authentic self, you'll find people.
I agree. I was gonna say explore some different, some new interests. For me, that's how like a lot of people I kick it with now. That's honestly how I've like grown close to them. Like so, joining different groups like through social media. I started like a run group. I talk to those people damn near like every other day at this point. So like
Forrest Gump.
Oh, chill. But yeah, so trying honestly, like, going back to what we said, like don't be like a no new friends ass nigga. Like you have to be open. Like don't be so close minded. Like no new friends. Like if you want to fuck with me from day one, you may been through the hard times. I'm not fucking with you. Like,
well, that's not my fault.
Okay, I was going through it too. Like,
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, so definitely. I like what Devin said. Explore some new interests. Be authentic to yourself.
No, I love that. Especially because like our world is so social media now. It's so electronic. Like, make sure you're presenting as your actual self on your socials because people will begin to DM you. They'll start to comment on more things and stuff like that. And then reciprocate the fucking love. Like if you see like, wow, this person is actually sending me the 100 emojis on my stories and not just watching it. Let me thank them. Let me comment. Let me say something. You know what I mean? Or wow, you just like 13 of my pictures, you know what I mean? Like, let me show you some love back. You might be flirting, but let's see if a friendship can come from that. Like, because everything's so social now, it's like, pay attention to those cues. You watching to see who looking at your stories anyway. You at least trying to see if your ex is watching. So see these other familiar faces you might not know. You know what I mean? Like, interact with that. Like, straight up.
So show love on social media.
Yeah. And like I like what you said too about joining those social media groups just based on your interests. Because I'm sure y'all running crew is talking. And y'all niggas be running. So I know y'all be in there talking, bro. Running. The Black Eyed Peas. They actually used to be. I used to listen to them a lot.
Yeah, they used to be good. Oh, Marv. Okay.
You didn't like the Black Eyed Peas?
Next one. This is the tangent.
Let's stay on topic.
In this contract. Okay. You break your neck. I'm sorry. That was the same song. Y'all know that song was originally called Let's Get Retarded. Yes. But then it was super offensive. And so
imagine. I don't think that was getting clear.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. If they tried that this year,
oh, it's over with.
Oh my goodness, under the jail. All right, so those are some solid tips on how to make friends as adults. So we haven't actually been like too clear on, because we keep using the term like top 5 and tribe and all of that. And so like, what is the difference between like a friend and then like your top 5? What's the difference?
To be in the top 5, I feel like that'll be somebody you could possibly call at like 3 a.m. and they'll answer. Or the friend that'll like take you to the airport. Because the airport, you gotta really love somebody to take them to the damn
especially
airport.
O'Hara. especially O'Hara.
No.
Like, this is those, even though some of those things seem like small, but like they mean a lot, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Marv?
Okay. Gotta make sure you all done. Don't take on my talking point.
Say too much.
So your top 5. Honestly, I feel like it changes often throughout your life. A lot of people don't realize, like, they think like just because you have a top 5, I'm saying me 26. Like by the time I hit 30, I'm pretty sure my top 5 might switch up a little bit. But that top 5, like I said, those should be to me. I think those should be the people that are closest to you, like those give like the most reflection on you. Like you said, those ones you go to. Those should be the ones that's always solid with you. Like tell you the things you need to hear, you don't want to hear it. The ones you feel like you can really depend on. Like your friends, like they don't matter any less. Like you still love them. Hopefully just as much. Hopefully don't speak to like you just realize something special and unique about your top 5. Like, you know, they stand out and above like the rest of your friends. Like they always there. You just feel like, you know, y'all got a special bond. It's very unique. There's all this top 5. Like remember me like MySpace and like
that's what it is. Yo,
exactly what I'm thinking.
I feel like Tyra
top
Banks
5.
I have 5 faces in my hand.
This gonna be definitely
Flavor Flav. So this ain't easy, but I got 5 clocks left and 7 girls. But one, you gotta go right now because I heard what you said about my moms. You know? No, so I know we even though we're talking about it like from a Fave 5 perspective, T-Mobile, I get to talk to you before my free nights and weekends. I get free text messages with you. But I just think expectations come with the top 5. And like, because the whole importance of the top 5 are like, these are the people who were like in your car to help you get to where you're going as far as success, mental health, whatever. Like when you got goals, we all got goals, we all got different goals. And so you should have a set of like 5 people or at least a little crew that helps push you forward in those different aspects of your goals. And so like when looking at the top 5 from that perspective, I think there's just a higher level of expectation that comes with your 5. Well, that comes with that top group, with your tribe. Like, and I think we talked about this before in the episode. Like, it's not that we have a checklist of like, my friends need to be doing this week, but I would be lying if I said there was not just an understood level of expectation that came from amongst our friend group. Like, we text each other, like, you don't respond, a day or 2, cool. By day 3, first of all, really, if it make it to day 3, it's a problem. We like, yo, what the fuck, you good? You know what I mean? So there is an expectation of response where it comes down to like regular friends where it's like, oh shit, I didn't even notice. Like, no offense, like no disrespect, but I'm not offended you didn't respond. Please don't be offended that I didn't respond. Like, same thing with birthdays. Your tribe, your top 5, they helping you plan your shit. You know what I mean? These are the people who fuck around and putting on for your shit. You know what I mean? But then just you got friends who's like, oh shit, you got the invite. Did you get the invite the day before? My bad. But you got the invite and we still friends.
More than enough. You got the invite.
Yeah, so I just feel like there's a level of expectation.
That was me on my boat.
It sure the hell was. All the way up until the day of, we like, so-and-so might not make it.
It's like, I gotta replace it.
Meanwhile, we've taken off work.
Reggie and Marv already had work off. Okay. Get ready.
So, okay, it's like a side question to that. So, do you think like time, like maybe on the friends, because we did speak on that earlier, like what's the longest friendship you have? So does that technically like automatically put someone in your top 5 or no?
Nah, I don't think it does. What you thinking?
I don't. It depends, I think, but I don't think necessarily.
Okay.
Cause my friend I've known since first grade and whatnot, we don't talk like every day or let alone every week sometimes. So would that make him not in my top 5 type of thing?
I think that's a different level. That's a different tribe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a different need. You know what I mean? Like, you might just be able to put that in nostalgia bucket in your fucking head. I like however you decide to categorize it, but like, now that I'm talking.
Like it's
still a friend.
The car we driving right now, whipping around.
Right, yeah. Like, there's no goals here. I mean, this is just a damn good vibe that has stood the test of time. So we friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that makes it top 5.
Yeah. I thought the top 5 changes up.
Yeah.
You grow. Your goals change.
Mm-hmm. And when y'all find some goals that become more aligned, then it's like, all right, we're back in the car.
Like, get in.
We've been parked for a minute. Yeah, we just been parked talking. You know what I mean? But yeah, right. Good scenario. It's like, we just talking in the car.
Chilling, listening to music.
That's it.
In park.
We're in the 2 separate cars. We ain't beefing at the wedding. So, all right, I think that's really dope. That's really dope. And now that makes me think of this next question, right? Mm-hmm. So like, we got our top 5, we got our other friends, which I don't want to make it seem like peasants, but it's like, nah, we just have like those friends who we do have a higher level of expectation for. Mm-hmm. And so with that, then like, what are the key traits y'all look for in a friend? Because we're not just like, ooh, we both eat donuts. Yay, friendship. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
It work like that.
I think it only works like that when it's like, oh, you can't stand that bitch. I can't stand that bitch. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. But yeah, so like, are there any particular traits that you look for in a friend? Or if you're not looking for it in a friend, are there any traits that you realized your core group of friends all share?
Talking about loyalty. Take me to the airport.
You gotta be real.
Real 100. But seriously, I don't really know. So that's why I went with the jokes.
You know what? Y'all should quit fighting. Y'all should be uniting.
But I think Marv got something.
I got a little something.
See, look, my mind knows. I know. I'm just prepping up the stage for Marv.
So Reggie asked, like, I find something like common amongst my core group of friends, like
run.
I didn't really realize.
Run away, love. Lil Marv is only 21. Trying to figure out why the world is so cold. I'm sorry. Ain't nothing wrong with being ashamed. No heart attacks over that, nigga. Alright, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Marv.
Oh, y'all serious. That shit caught me all up.
Alright, okay. So what are the traits you look for in your friends?
I never realized like how shut off I was into like my cool group of friends. Like being like real close to like Reggie, like he introduced me to like a whole nother world. Like I only talk to a lot of the people that you cool with now. I'm not gonna go through the whole list. Like they're super close to me now too. Like before being introduced to them, I never realized like how people can honestly have like open conversation like without being judged at all. Mm-hmm. So like, but in the beginning it was like very weird to me. Like, oh, like you're very open about like everything about who you are, like the good, the bad, like shit, the ugly, the worst. Like,
yeah,
like and like most of it's like just being brought out in a joking manner. And like even if it's not like there's like you can literally tell like nobody's like judging nobody. Yeah. So I like really take that to heart now. Like I like just be your authentic self. Like I'm not gonna judge any of my friends. Like just anybody in general. I don't know what you've been through. So that's one thing I really like just can't stand in people like that are really close to me now. Like say like we have a heart to heart and then like behind closed doors, like I started like Reggie started sneak dissing about something that Deb said, that's gonna rub me the wrong way.
Yeah.
So like people are like just judgment. That's like a instant. Like I can't fuck with you at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely agree.
No, same. And it's one thing if you venting because y'all going through something as friends, but if it's like, oh, you really throwing shade, like you're trying to change the way I view this person.
Yeah.
Now I'm changing the way I view you.
I can't do it.
That's dope.
Incident like that. Oh, I'm not gonna tell too much of the story.
So,
Beefing at
Spill the
the
beans.
wedding.
Oh, never mind.
and I feel like, is this the situation I'm thinking about?
You already know it is.
Oh!
I mean, I was talking to somebody and they were talking about one of my other friends who might just be on the couch. But
It is the second episode we've done this, by the way.
And they were like just shading Reggie and expecting me to jump in the shade party. And I was just like, are you okay? Because do you not see that we're hanging out on boats and vacations together and on the whole pod? So you think I'm just going to sit here and let you talk about my friend? Even though we friends? It's just like,
They want you to fake it with them.
like, what's going on here?
Even though you made it seem like we was friends.
I think I know who this is.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Bro, it's just so weird. And so, you know what? I'm gonna make this one of the traits I look for in a friend. When you say you are like good with somebody or you've healed through something, mean that shit. And if you don't mean it, don't fucking say it. I do not like friends who say like they good with people and then you realize as time keeps going, they don't like nothing that this person does. They got a little shade to every time this person does something. It's like, no, you actually not good with that person. It's okay to not be good with that person. You don't
fake be healed.
Don't fake be healed.
And kick it in my face when you talk to another friend.
Don't sit on my couch acting like we good and we ain't. Don't do a whole birthday toast being so happy we back cool and then we ain't. Don't do that.
I just started something.
That is mental illness. Mental illness.
Marvin, do you have the next question? What's the next
No,
question?
it's not even that. But it's like, nah, be real and be real in how you feel. Like you don't have to like anybody. You know, like legit. Like you don't make it to heaven because you like somebody. You don't. God don't be like, all right, but what about that nigga there? Like, how you feel before I let you in? Nah, you can literally not like a whole bunch of people and still be all right. So don't fake it.
Wow. But that goes into our next question. When should you demote a friend?
Oh my God.
Take it away, Reggie. Reggie on the roll over there.
Handing the
The pink slip. So when should you demote a
the little
friend?
box at work when you get fired? Well, I don't know nothing about the box. The banker's box just be on the desk.
So wait, when people get fired, do they give you that box or do you have to find it?
Hello, yeah, we're gonna need a banker's box on the fourth floor.
Oh,
What if you got too much stuff? Bag lady.
Okay, you getting a garbage bag.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. But yeah, no. When is it time to demote a friend, or when should you demote a friend? I think you should demote a friend when they start to affect your peace. That's just what it is. When you have to think twice if you should even interact with this person. If you find out they still got beef with you behind your back, and then now they beefing by themselves because you just had no clue, you might want to let that one go.
Oh my god.
Run away, love. I do think though, for real, when somebody starts to affect your energy, or when you realize that they carry your energy that you no longer care for. Like, I'm not saying in the whole relationship, but like, let's start to slow down the amount of access that you have to me because energy is contagious.
I feel it. Okay.
Ooh.
I feel like I said that like it was a comma, but I was done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look,
I was used to more. I'm gonna just mic drop. No.
I definitely agree with everything you said. You put it together real nicely, and like I don't even know what else to say. But you really know when it's, as I say something else, you really know when it's time to give somebody the boot. And sometimes it kind of happens by itself. You don't have to necessarily be like, "Okay, bye, you're done," and kind of just be like, "Oh, I haven't talked to this person in 4 months. Well, yeah, he did that stupid shit that I didn't like."
Yeah.
And that's fine with me. And he seems fine with it. And now we're not talking. And that's fine. I got my top 5. So it's fine with me.
That really makes it sound like friends are now just peasantry. It's like,
Speak out of my face.
I don't need you. I got my 5.
That's so aggressive, though.
My 5. I'm going to text the chat right now.
I'm texting the whole chat what you just said.
Oh, you're not in the chat?
You beefing with yourself. The worst type of beef.
Man, worst type of beef. When you beefing with yourself.
Like, I didn't even know they was mad.
It's like, oh shit, we into it. That's my favorite. Damn, we into it.
What happened?
Oh, we on the air. Hate to see it.
Man, y'all snapped though. I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all definitely dropped the mic.
So when they negatively affect your energy, when they sneak dissing on one of your friends,
I'm gonna try it.
Kick him off the car.
It's carnage.
Oh, y'all gonna have to watch this YouTube video. Y'all gonna have to see this little kick Devin just did. So that's when it's time to demote them. And again, we're not saying get rid of the friend because they might be going through something. You know what I mean? Like we all have these phases where we are not our most upbeat self. And it'd be bogus if our friends like, whoo, your energy gone. Bye, niggas. Like, kick that bum to the curb.
Wait, so should you check in first?
Yeah, I think you should do a check-in, but when it becomes habitual, when you realize like, yo, the last 5, 6, first of all, a check-in shouldn't come at 5, 6. Check-in needs to come in at like 2, 3. And if y'all real close, 1. Like me and Marvin was texting for a few days. I'm like, nigga, you been exhausted for a minute. Nah, for real, what's going on? Check-in shouldn't be 5th, 4th, 6th time you fucking realize it. But definitely by the 3rd time, I would say like, make this decision if you're gonna get some distance or not. Because this is just where they are right now. And like, just because they're there, don't mean you have to be there with them.
Gotcha.
Especially after you've done a check-in. Don't feel bad about that at all.
Okay. I like that.
This little Keisha, only 7 years old, trying to figure out why the world is so cold.
Oh my God.
So clearly we're going to play for the rest of this. So let's wrap this thing up. Let's just start to take it home. So what advice...
Ran away. Take it home. He just left.
Leave and never come back. All right. What advice do y'all have for someone who wants more friends but they don't easily trust? And so I say that because like we lose trust so easily. Like legit, oh, you don't respond the way I want you to. I don't trust you as much. You got to work a little harder now to get into my core or whatever. And so like we be looking for reasons to not trust people. And a lot of us just naturally have trust issues. Like I think trust issues is now promoted. So people are like, I got trust issues and seek help. But we know people still got trust issues. So with that being said, again, advice for someone who actually for real wants more friends, but they just don't trust people easily.
Mark, I'll let you go first. No.
Friends over there.
No, I'm not. I don't want to steal your points.
I guess more specifically, if you're looking at the last part of the question, like, but you don't trust easily, I think you have to be, and I say this like all the time, anything. Like, you have to be vulnerable. Like, just honestly put yourself out there. Like, don't be half in, half out. Like, I'm looking for friends, but I'm going to keep you at a distance. Because, like, will you truly make a friend that way? Like, I'm not saying be like, you know, I guess like blind and just seek like, you know, possibly getting hurt or like, you know, disappointed, but just realize like sometimes that does come with friendships. And in order to build like amazing friendships and relationships, sometimes you have to be like all in. And realize like, okay, that comes with it. Just be realistic in a way. And realize like you might do that down.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's more so a two-way street. So you gotta at least give some to the other person or whoever you're attempting to be friends with for them to give some back. Like it can't just be like, oh, I'm about to tell you all about my life, or if they're telling you all about their life, and you just be like, oh yeah, cool. And then I guarantee you they probably won't try to, well, they might. They won't try to talk to you again about that. But some people just like talking and talking. So I mean, it really depends.
Understood. Yeah, and I would say you have to learn how to be in the moment. Not trusting is not in that moment, especially when that person is clearly embracing you, is opening up and all of that. So like, learn how to be in the moment. Yeah. And you can Google how to do that or book a consultation with me. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead, let's get our bread. But nah, for real, because that is still some psychological shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? That is some trauma that you're dealing with, that you are not allowing yourself to receive new people simply because you've been hurt by completely different people and different and even different types of people in the past. Like, nah, but until you can seek the real help that you need, or until you can, have access to that resource, just learn how to be in the moment. Like, go into conversations telling yourself nothing else matters besides this moment right here.
Yeah. So you'll never get more friends if you don't ever like open up to new people.
Yeah.
So,
and especially, what Marv said, like, I feel like a lot of our friends have become a blend of like people I've introduced y'all to. And that's just because like I realized I knew dope ass people. You know what I mean? I had that village, and when I decided I just wasn't lying about who I was no more, I wasn't trying to keep people separate. I'm just honored and glad that everybody meshed. Because it's a lot of dynamic personalities, but now like our Friendsgivings, our game nights, and everything that we do as a group, like it's really like a fucking family reunion. And so that's because we allowed ourselves though to be in the moment. Like, well, shit, I trust him, so now I'm gonna trust you until you tell me not. Show me why I shouldn't.
Right.
I agree.
Well, look at that, guys.
Here
at that.
Top
five. You can have multiple top fives, and we do. And y'all should keep seeking them. So with that, we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
As always, the world is sick.
A good conversation is the key.
And we are out.
Yeah.